and welcome. This is Jolene with the Jewel Design, and I am getting on here really quick tonight to show you my newest kit. That way, if you follow me on Instagram, you saw my reel this afternoon. If you follow me here on YouTube, you get to see this. And of course, hopefully, you have liked and followed and subscribed to my Etsy shop, and you've seen, hopefully, the notifications, hopefully, that a new kit is out. So this is Bookstacks N Florals, and being a somewhat big book lover myself, I've been dying to do one of these kits, and I went searching high and low for graphics and found a set of books, somewhat watercolored, that had the florals and the books all put together, and so I was stoked. I could just sort of work on the backgrounds and do my clusters where I saw fit and create you quite a hardy kit here. It is 36 pages. It gets you 11 pages of ephemera. It gets you 5 or 6 decorative pages, some vertical pages, and sort of honest to God journaling pages where you can write your favorite reviews, write about, summaries of your favorite books. You really could make it a great book tracker, or mix and match them all together and just add it to your favorite kits as a different type of book. But it is 36 pages. It is a full kit. With a lot of potential, I think. I really wanted something, that I wanted to work with, and I just love the colors. So, I'm going to flip through the pages real quick. I'll show you the ephemera, and then we may fold a few of these pages in half. I already did trim a lot of them. The more decorative ones, I did trim along the outer double book rim. I printed the backs at borderless photo, which made them a little darker than I would have liked, but I didn't have to worry about the back and the front matching up. My printer has been quite temperamental lately, and so I wanted to make sure I had that capability. It still had some glitches, but you have some flexibility to play with, whether it's the inner page, the outer page, straight cuts. I rounded the corners on these. I just had a lot of fun with it, so there's some potential to sort of rough it up. So let's go through our pages real quick. So the first of the decorative, where you fold it down the middle, you have some on each side, but it still leaves you room to make pockets and tucks and places to play with. This is one of your background pages. Nice little pattern page to play with, coffee dyed, and the pieces are inside and upside down and right side up, so it doesn't have to be a specific way. You do have, things upright as much as you have them upside down, so that was helpful big time while creating this. But I had to have teacups and the ladies and a few things blended in. I really love this corner. All right, and there's French book pages, the coffee dyed, and an opera piano page. Besides all the texture behind these pages, so that's great. That was the same one. I don't remember. I think I did these all the same. Yeah, I did these all the same. You've got her from one of my Jane Austen and my garden stroll. So it was one of those images I love. Any of the ladies that had been to be reading a book, I had to be using. And a cluster of things, books, book covers, goodies. But this one has all of the bits and pieces in it. It's hard to see. It depends on your printer. Will determine how much you see of that background. Oh, so here's one of them. There's the background. So it's here's what the sort of started off, the background stuff, in all its glory. I'll just sort of play, and then this moves and shifts each page as we go along, depending what we wanted to do. I love when I could take the flowers and just made them single book stacks. Not a book stack, right? Just a single book with flowers on it. So I got to play with the graphics a little bit and use them to my my favorite whatever. And then I did a couple vertical, just in case. More like to cut really tall pieces, cut them cut them in different sections. You could have more room to play with these items a little bit. I did not cut these because I'm not really sure how I'm going to use them yet. So there's not back, they're not cut. These we're gonna, I want to get creative with, whether I'm folding them over something, whatever. So you do have this in a vertical format. So if for some reason you want it a little bit more ordained a certain way, it can help you too. Now there are 3 PDFs for this kit, so it gives you the decorative pages we're looking at right now. It gives you the strictly the journal book pages, and then you get the ephemera. So there are 3. I did make cabinet cards to go with this. I didn't print them up. I'm terrible. I totally forgot. So there's a separate listing for the cabinet cards if you just want a little bit of book lover, Bookstack floral elements. There are 10 cabinet cards and a bookmark in a separate kit if you wanted just a little something. And they have all these pieces in the background and with like purples and pinks and greens and beiges. So those are a nice set too, but I am so sorry I didn't print those out, guys. Alright, and then I had to, this is one of my backgrounds you will see, except my printer printed it too dark and upside down when I did it, but this one's a great one. Now, I put this on vellum, and you have to just, oh, it's yummy. I love it when I can find the really light, almost, you know, more clear vellum, because then you get the print almost all the way through. You see it on the backside. And when I fold this, I'm not going to have to worry about, like, a whitey variation. I had something the other day I did do it, and I didn't have the right vellum, and it didn't show up as much on the back. But this is absolutely gorgeous. If you follow me on Instagram or on my personal Facebook page, the photo was awesome. The photo came out beautiful. So I love the vellum. This is one of your backgrounds. Now this one is not very much upside down though. This is all upright. I was literally grabbing all the elements, throwing them onto a canvas, and I realized when they laid out, I was like, oh, wait, let me tweak that a little bit, and made a gorgeous background, like floral print page. But it's definitely directional, so you have to be very careful. So then these are the journal pages. This is a separate, it does say journal pages on it. Bookstack Florals journaling pages or journal pages, because this side is definitely blanked out so you can write on it. There's room on the top, middle, bottom for either more writing, for a little bit of decor, but there's a book stack in each corner or section of both sides. Now I printed, and you get a journal, full-blown journal page also. So in this one, you'll see this journal page for plenty of empty writing. And then each page, as you'll see, has one set writing, one set decor. Because this was what I really, really wanted, but I felt like it wasn't enough. So you got some decorative pages, you got the ephemera, like, we added to it. So it's left, right, left, right. Now this is that dark, the other page, which when I print to fit, still tweaked it. Or not print to fit, but I did borderless as a photo, and I made it much darker. So you can see how dark and grungy it can get compared to a standard print job where I'm trimming it, and here's, you know, a nice light variation of it. So it is definitely different. It really depends on how your printer prints and what setting you have it at. That is for sure. So a little bummed it was a little darker, but it'll definitely give me variation within the whole journal. They go from bottom, top, middle, bottom, middle. See, there we go. And see, that one came up a lot darker. Oh my gosh, the coffee really darkened up, which is not a bad idea. But it's amazing how when you go photo borderless setting, so you don't have to keep matching things up, that, you know, but I love them. They just are so gorgeous. There's our top. And I know one of these has a gorgeous flower, which I definitely antiqued up the flowers when I did, see, I did this here, I have to flip it upside down, because, see, I didn't realize I put them back in wrong, and it printed upside down. And it's not terribly bad. I think if I put like a belly band in the middle or something, no one would terribly notice. And this is for me, so I'm not too worried about it. But, oh my gosh, it did pick up all the creams, and it is really pretty. It definitely changes the look of it. So you really want to grungy this up and do a standard print job. Put it on linen, put it on cream paper. You definitely get a really grungy look for it. Don't take too long. There we go. But I love these. They're absolutely gorgeous. The artist did a great job. I found them, you know, within the shop and purchased them as clip art. So I think, you know, I didn't have to do all the work and all the tweaking for once. I could work on the backgrounds and the pagination and really work on the rest of the kit. So there's, you know, there's a whole horde right there. So it's 10 of the journal pages with the background. So there's 11. And then I said there's, what, 4 vertical and 6 decorative. I think that makes another 10. And then you get 11, 10, 11, 12. I don't know. I lost track of that one. And then 11 pages of ephemera. So you do have all your standards. So I had some stuff cut out already because I was doing it, but we've got 2-inch circle coins. We have a 1.5 inch circle coin. We have this new wraparound ordeal that it used to be just a coin pocket, and I always hated that we had to decorate the back and you're going to glue it down. But I left this tab as an extra piece, and this one, of course, to score and put underneath, so that when you glue this side down, it's a little bit of a deeper pocket. When this side, when you do the 3 sides, you know, it's a little thinner. And I think it's a 1.5 inch and a 1 inch hole punch. Yep. So you have your thumb notches. It's the only thing I didn't have on my fingertips yesterday. So look at that. And you've got this, and if you watched me in the last journal I made, I did finally put this one down like this, and so I decided to just prep it that way in the kit so that you guys had the opportunity to do it as you saw. Now, if of course you don't want to, you can put something here and cut your hole up here. Really doesn't matter. But yeah, you just fold this tab in, and I hope it makes it a slightly bigger or slightly thicker pocket. And you can, you know, don't have to glue this side down. I don't know. Watch my other kit. It's really fun. But there's one. I've got my square pocket. We have a file folder going, right? And I make sure I printed the lighter page on the inside. So we've got that going. Now this is a huge belly band, of course. This is actually, I just realized, too big because it went the other way. But you could cut it. You know, cut it in a couple spots and make it a small and a large. You can make it all the way up. Because standard paper, yeah, that's actually too big. I just realized that. I'm so used to making, I don't know why I've always made them that big. Well, then you could decide where to cut and you know, where to cut this and fussy it and whatnot. So, not much I can do about that now. Well, it's big. I've always had them that big, and I just now realize no one's told me, hey, those are too big. But you have the ability to cut it out, and then you can always put like a fussy here and, you know, make it bigger or smaller. So there's room and play with that lovely belly band, you know, fussy, fun decor piece. I love it. I was creating it for the bookmark in the cabinet cards, and I felt we had to have it. Then I have my clutch purse scalloped envelope, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. Getting all the pretties in there, all the flowers. You got this great front. Again, I printed that one in the background. Even though it goes upright, it's fine. I think I may actually use this as an envelope this time, though. We'll see. I don't normally get really fancy with it, but I have a feeling that this time around I might actually use it as an envelope. It's really pretty. Sorry, I'm moving my desk. There we go. Okay. Yeah, your usual pockets. We have our stackable double pocket. We have the journal card and tag sleeve. So when you pick a spot, fold it back, glue it in the back, and it lets you wrap around a bunch of your favorite pieces. To either, once you fold it backwards, you can glue it to the page and tuck things into it. Make it a belly band. Has some options. 4 flap. My clusters that I created, you've got them as fussy cuts. They did a little bit of an easy cut around them, but it's pretty light. I noticed it didn't get as dark as I was hoping. A lot of it panned out, which I thought was sort of interesting. And we have your 4 flap large envelope, which does put my journal cards in it. You have stamps. You have fussies. You have little 1-inch circle dangled embellishments. You have your large tags, a belly band, a washi. Some of them are close to, not perfectly square, but, excuse me, close to square journal cards that actually fit nicely into the stackable pockets, and it also fits into these things we were talking here. So they fit inside the square pocket, and they fit inside both this pocket and this one. I made sure that when I made it, it would slide into this pocket, and of course it'll stick inside this one. Fits in this one, so I made some nice little square ones to fit in some of these smaller pockets. I like making sure your journal cards fit everywhere. A couple more dangles. My usual 6-up journal cards, just a couple. Another washi. And then you have 6 of my instantly back journal cards. So I put them on both sides, left and right. So you fold them either way, doesn't really matter. And you have a variety of 3 with blank and 3 with line. So, if you can see it, yeah, these are, 3 that are line and 3 that are not. And I tried to make sure that it varied so that you didn't have all just the ones on the left lined or not. Again, you cut the whole square out, you fold it down, you score down the middle, you fold it back, glue it together, trim off anything that's a little off when you fold it, because if you're like me, you can't fold or cut straight. So I always just sort of clean it up. And you have this wonderful, you know, these lovely cards. And you have 6 of those. So normally you only get about 4 larger journal cards for me, or 4 of the instantly backed, and I couldn't help myself, so I went ahead and did, you know, 6 of them since I needed to round out the kit. So there you go, all right? So 6 of the instantly backed journal cards, 4 of the square ones, 2 of the 6-up, as I call them, some washies, some tags, you know, clustered fussy cuts, large stamps, the envelopes, pockets, wraparounds or belly band, like large belly bands, my stackables, my envelopes, all kinds of goodies. But there's 11 pages of ephemera to go with this kit. So it is 36 pages total. There are then the 3 pages separate for the cabinet cards if you just wanted those. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen, a whole horde of things for the book lover out there. Since we create journals out of books and junk mail and whatnot, I figured why not put a little bit of an ode to the book. And yeah, just have a nice little, maybe for me, a last minute summer summary kit. I know we're about to go into July, and we are doing the, if you made it this far and you're watching me, starting July 1st, all of my handmade items, my journals, my coffee sleeves, I think I have a pocket or 2 left, are all going to be 20% off from July 1st through July 5th as a thank you to all my loyal subbies and newbies. It is my 3rd anniversary of being on Etsy, being in this genre, 3 years now. And so I want to do a 20% off handmade sale. And then it's also July, so it's also Christmas in July, which was what kicked me off and did so well 3 years ago. We got going with fall and Christmas and, you know, hit the Christmas in July ordeal. And I want to make sure that all of my Christmas and winter kits are on sale at 15% off for the whole month of July. And I might even get a new kit in there. We'll see. Somewhere in the middle of the sale, I might throw in another kit, whether it be winter or Christmas. I do not know, but we'll try to see if we get a new Christmas kit in place during the month of July for Christmas in July. So Christmas in July journal, digital journal kits are 15% off, and all handmade digital kits or handmade items, my journals and whatnot, are 20% off for 5 days, the 1st through the 5th, as a thank you to my 3-year anniversary. So thank you for watching this far, and you get to hear that little bit because it's not plopped anywhere. You won't see it until you hit Instagram, till the July 1st, or you just happen to hit my shop and it'll say, hey, your favorite thing is on sale. So definitely keep an eye on that. There are quite a few journals still to go. You know, and I'm working on another one, but I don't know if I'll get it done in time. I'm working on this trifold, and it needs a cover still, and I think a few more just tidbits to the journal itself, but I know the inside's done, that's done, so really I think it's just the cover and maybe some more, you know, fancy things on the inside of the 48-page journal. So this might make it into the shop too. We'll see. I don't know if I have another week to go, so I don't know if it'll make it in, but this is my junk mail trifold blue and pink kit. So I will put the link of the latest thing I did on this up at the end here of the folder video, so you know what's going on. But this is what we're working on today. Thank you so much for watching, liking, loving, commenting, joining, making sure you get notifications, just, you know, keeping my numbers going little by little. If you're not a big YouTube fan, but you happen to catch me here, please go find me on Instagram and watch me there for reels and photos almost daily, so you know what is going on. And that link is down below where you can click on it, hit my link tree, and everything I'm involved in, of course, is there, so you can pick the best platform for you. So love you all. Thank you so very much. This is Bookstacks N Florals for the book lovers out there, and love you all. Talk to you soon.